wrestling world. It's Mike. And yesterday, I went to, well, I call it diabetic daycare. But that's not really the name. It's called iConnect, and diabetic daycare goes back years ago, where you pretty well went and you spent a day with the doctors and such to learn how to control your diabetes. And now things have changed a bit. And you go and you take your blood tests and you take your blood sugars, and they tell you how to improve it. So I went, and it looked like I had startings of somewhat a pattern, which is a positive thing. And I have started to take a little bit more insulin and haven't crashed. So that was a positive thing. I had a low blood sugar while I was in there, but it always seems when I go, I don't know if it's part of the white jacket syndrome, but we have to wonder if they say stress could sometimes play a role in your blood sugars. Maybe it does, but it's always important, and maybe not always goes able to see a nurse, but your blood sugars and such need to be taken, and that someone else than you have another look at them, because everyone says, oh yes, I'm doing great with it, my blood sugars haven't, or my medication hasn't changed in 50 years. But that could be part of the problem with a brittle diabetic. So you need to ensure that you take the time and go see a nurse, a diabetic nurse, and they can prescribe a change in blood sugar. Sit down with the dietitian and make sure that you're counting your carbs right, that you are doing everything possible to ensure that you have adequately covered all aspects of your brittle diabetes. Sorry, I'm just trying to form my thought. Now, we talked a bit about a couple of days ago about your responsibility with blood sugar. And that is taking your blood sugar and, oh, I wish I never had the disease. Well, that's, I'm sure, the same people who have cancer, same people who have mental illness. We are dealt with what we have. Now, diabetes doesn't have to be a death sentence anymore. But it shouldn't be treated lightly either. And some people can become brittle diabetic because they never really take care of themselves. And I think we have to ensure that you do take care of yourself, because being a diabetic is one thing, but being a diabetic where you don't take care of yourself and you live a miserable life, you lose your feet, it's not a good thing. And I sort of have never been under good control. I've tried and I've tried, and I relatively don't have excellent control. And that's not because of trying. So, what do? Well, you follow your game plan. The results of the game plan don't necessarily always have to be correct, or not correct, but the way that you're supposed, or sorry, the results, let them tell a story, and let between you, your doctor, and your diabetic nurse and dietitian come up with the best plan that can resolve this. I like to say that while we're all diabetics, it's different disease in everyone. Because what might work for one person, may not work for another. And with that said, your solution to your brittleness may be different from the next person. And this doesn't mean that you don't need to get help with it. It also means that if you have you don't need to do things that is going to endanger your life. So in fact, I'm saying don't a little bit of insulin is good. A lot of insulin is stupid. And some people need a lot of insulin, and that's fine for them. But just don't think, pretty well what I'm saying is don't over medicate. Don't allow yourself thinking, oh, well, I'll just give more insulin because I'm high now, without taking an overview and taking stock. And that's what the diabetic daycare helps with. But diabetic daycares, or I think in Fraser Health it's called iConnect, have been around for years. And I'm sure they'll be around for more until this diabetes is cured. And we will see what happens. But till then, take care of your body and don't let this diabetes be a death sentence. Do everything you can. So, anyway, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day. And bye.